friends, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. If you are new, every Sunday I post a new pick a card reading and I allow you, the viewer, to vote for what is coming up next. As we speak, we have next week's poll up on the community page, so check that out. But today we are going to be doing your next big blessing / breakthrough. So what is that going to be for you, and what is that going to bring into your life? So I do have 3 options. Option number 1 is the spiritual decree card. Option number 2 is this beautiful grace card. And option number 3 is this initiation by air. So ask yourself, your angels, guides, higher self, universe, which pile or maybe piles have a message for you. And let's talk about what will be covered during this reading. We are going to be doing a reading breakdown. Stay tuned for that. So for this reading, we are going to start by asking, what is the next big blessing breakthrough that is arriving for you? We're then going to move into when, how soon. So we're going to try to get as much of a timeline as I can for you. We're then going to move into why is this blessing breakthrough arriving now? So what's the soul lesson? What's happening? What do you need to know about it? We're going to move into what area of life is this going to impact the most for you. We're then going to look at what are you releasing in order to make room for this. We're going to move into what is shifting internally. So internally, what is happening for you to make room for this, to allow this blessing and breakthrough to happen. We're also going to look at what is shifting externally. So this could be a circumstance, environment, what's going on, externally. Then we're going to look at what unseen support is helping you. So this could be a spirit guide, universal force. This could be ancestors. We're then moving into how will this blessing breakthrough affect you in the long term? So how is this going to change your life going forward? We're going to look at a practical step to stay aligned to this. So practically speaking, what can you do to remain in alignment with this? And we are then going to ask for some encouragement from the universe about this blessing or breakthrough. And we are going to end it by getting just some additional advice. So for this reading, I will be shuffling on camera for pile number 1, which is the spiritual decree. I will be using the Modern Witch Tarot deck. For pile number 2, which is this Grace card here, I will be using the Wild Reflections Tarot deck. And for pile number 3, which is the Initiation by Air, I will be using the Light Seers Tarot deck. So let's get started. If this sounds like it's something that you want to hear more about, if it's something that's helpful to you, if this is where you leave me, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you soon. All right, let's jump in. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the spiritual decree card, and look at how beautiful that is. I'm going to place that right over there. As a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, I did do a reading breakdown at the beginning. It is time-stamped below. It's going to tell you exactly what we will be answering during this reading and how the reading is going to unfold. So I highly suggest that you check that out. But to get started, we are going to start by bringing in the Modern Witch Tarot deck, and that is the deck that I will be using for your reading, and I will be shuffling on camera for this reading. So we're going to start by asking, what is the next big blessing breakthrough arriving for you? And I do want to mention this card, the spiritual decree, is a part of your reading. So I will be reading from the book because it's an Alana Fairchild deck and she does the best work with the booklets. We're going to read from the booklet what that message is at the end of the reading, so stay tuned. All right, pile number 1, let's get started. So These cards are very hard to shuffle, pile number one. So I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that right now. They have a very thick card stock, which is great because they are very durable, but also kind of a pain when shuffling. But for my pile number ones, what is the next big blessing breakthrough that is arriving for my pile number ones? What is coming through here for my pile number ones? Ooh, Three of Swords. Let's see what else was there. Three of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Pile number one, you are moving forward. There is healing that is coming in for you. And it's something that you've been working on a while. That was a sentence. It's something that you've been working on for a while. And for some of you, this could have to do with like a relationship. For others of you, maybe this is around like career. Whatever this is about, it feels like something that has been a long time coming, something that you have invested time and energy into. So whatever healing work, whatever work around emotional, mental health, well-being you've been doing, that seems to be part of this breakthrough that is coming in for you, pile number one. But let's keep going. So for my pile number ones, what is this next big blessing breakthrough that is arriving for my pile number ones? All right, let's see. Bottom of the deck, what do we have? The Two of Swords. There's clarity coming in. Queen of Wands. I love to see it. That Three of Swords wanted to come in. Three of Cups. Pile number one, there's a few possibilities that are coming through. I'm going to mention them. Take it as it resonates because the energy is showing up in a very specific way, but how it applies to your life may be slightly different for each and every one of you. So the next big blessing breakthrough that's coming through, as I said, it's some form of healing. We have the Three of Swords, which is a card of heartbreak, betrayal, grief, pain. Things haven't been going your way, something that hurt you deeply, something that has even set you back deeply to some extent. We have the Two of Swords. So for someone here, it could very well be that what is healing, what is coming in for you, that next big blessing, that breakthrough, is you closing a cycle, a chapter, a relationship, a situationship with a specific person. And that could be a romantic situation. For some of you, it's not in any way having to do with a relationship, or maybe it's more on the platonic side. But for this group, your next big breakthrough is you embracing your power, you stepping into your power. And what does that mean, right? Because when we say stepping into your power, it's like, what the heck are you talking about? This is about you realizing who you are, what you want. And instead of, playing it safe or sitting back and allowing life to pass you by or to happen or, just not being as active, this is about you deciding what you want and effectively going after it, even if that means closing a chapter, closing a cycle, or ending a situation in your life that has kept you stuck, that has brought a lot of pain. There is a lot of positive change coming in, and I do think for a lot of you, you will see some of that play out in your relationships. But with the Two of Swords, this is you making a choice. This is you taking the reins and driving your chariot, right? If we want to use the tarot lingo here. What is your chariot? Your chariot is your life. You making that choice. You taking the reins of your life and moving towards something that is more positive, something that is for you, and something that feels right, that is in alignment with what you desire and what you want to experience more of and what your purpose is. So for my pile number ones, any situation that is causing heartbreak, any situation that is holding you back, that is making you feel less than, that is keeping you stuck, that is what's coming to an end here. And in its place, it's you stepping into your independence, you trusting yourself and trusting the process, and you making choices that feel more in alignment with the future that you want for yourself. And not even just the future, but the present moment that you want for yourself. And I think that part of this blessing feels very spiritual in nature. So for some of you, what you may notice is if you do like spirit guide work, or if you work with your higher self, you're going to notice that your connection is stronger than it's ever been. Yeah, there's change here. And anything that has been stagnant, anything that has been feeling like you're stuck, or you just don't know which way to go or what to do, there's going to be movement in those areas. And it's because you're going to feel more confident and more determined than ever. There's a lot of willpower here as well. So for my pile ones, this feels like I am no longer just going to wait around and wait for permission, or I'm no longer going to sit and take something that I know is not right. So for some of you, it's also you standing up for yourself, and as a result, getting what you want and closing out anything that is not giving you what you deserve. And for some of you, I keep getting it. For some of you, this is a third party. And if some of you are involved in, this is a relationship situation. And if some of you are involved in like a third party situation, you are setting boundaries on this. You are breaking free. You are moving forward, especially if there's like a hot and cold, push and pull dynamic happening in your life, in a relationship, or in general. You're walking away from this. You are choosing yourself. And the blessing is you getting the courage, the clarity, and the confidence to put this into motion, to take action on this, and to move forward with this. I want to see what was underneath. Yeah, the Knight of Wands. You're moving forward. It's like obstacles are going to be cleared, pile number one. That's part of what's coming in here. Obstacles are being cleared for you, and it's going to gain you forward movement. And this does feel like something that you are very aware of and something that you partake in. It's not like a blessing that comes in that you're just, you're not having to participate. It's like the opportunity is here and you participate with it. We have the Star card. Ugh, I forgot this. Hold on. YouTube doesn't like boobies. Anyways, there we go. So as far as timing, 9 of Swords. I think this is actually faster than what you may realize as far as this breakthrough blessing. Because I think for this group, there's a part of this that's coming in because you are sick and tired of having to put up with this. You are sick and tired of dealing. I just noticed there's other things showing. You are sick and tired of just what your current situation has been bringing up for you. I would say 3 to 9 days or weeks for this group. Let me bring in another card, but I think that like 3 to 9 days or weeks, you're going to start to see a lot of these changes coming up. Let's look at the timing here for my pile number ones. Time frame here. When, how soon, what are we looking at here for my pile number ones? We have Scorpio, 8 weeks, 8 months, heal the wounds. And Scorpio season is October 24th to November 22nd. And I think Scorpio is here because some of this is you freeing yourself. There's a transformation that happens. There's a transformation that's possible. We have Cancer with the number 4, respect your feelings, 4 weeks, 4 months. And I am getting intuitively 3 to 9 for most of you. It could be days, it could be weeks. I'm not getting months, if I'm being honest. Then we have the number 3, it will work out soon, 3 days, 3 weeks. So for this group, it does feel like this is going to be quite, to me, 3 to 9 days or weeks is pretty fast. especially in the grand scheme of things. So it feels like there's a quick change and it's going to pick up pace very, very soon. But let's take a look at why is this blessing or breakthrough arriving now. So why is this coming your way now? What's going on here? You know, what is the soul lesson? What has happened to allow this to arrive for you now? For many of you, pile number one, this is coming your way now because you've been doing the shadow work, because you've been kind of just doing what you need to do and clearing anything that has been coming up. So that's what's allowing this to come through. But let's take a look at what we have here. We're going to do 3 cards. Bottom of the deck, what do we have? The Hanged One. And that is the Hanged Man. In traditional tarot, we have the Page of Wands. I'm going to actually put that right there. We also have the 7 of Pentacles. And we have the 8 of Pentacles. You've been doing the work. This is not just like a blessing or breakthrough that is being sent your way just because. This is something that you have earned through your hard work. Some of you, this could be like you've been in therapy. You've been working with a coach. You've been doing your own inner work. You've been tackling this. Like whatever this is about for you, pile number one, you've been giving it the time and energy and resources it deserves. And you've taken a time out. You've taken time to deal with this. You have watered your intentions through action, right? So whatever this is about, you've either been doing the planning, the contemplating, the healing work that you've needed to do. And this is coming because you've earned this. This is coming because it's time. Because it's the next right step. It's the next right move for you. And if this is like about a relationship, you've put in so much time and effort and you have exhausted all of your, like all of the possibilities, all of your efforts have already been exhausted. Whatever this is about, you've been putting in the work to the point where when this goes through this transformation, what you're going to find, pile number one, is there's going to be no regrets because you've done everything possible. And you've gotten to the point where now you know change needs to happen. And regardless of what this is about in your life specifically or how this is showing up, the ultimate blessing and breakthrough here is my pile number ones are going to be choosing themselves. You are going to be choosing yourself. You are going to show up and say, I deserve love, I deserve respect, I deserve the best. So I am going to stand up and make sure that that is what I am demanding, what I am receiving, and that I will receive nothing less than that. And you're already making moves towards that. And I also think pile number one, this blessing breakthrough is showing up now because there's a vision. There's something that you want for yourself or something that you're holding on to that you have either been visualizing, daydreaming about, thinking about, that is creating the perfect alignment for this shift to happen for you. I said it earlier, but for some of you, this is coming as a result of I am sick and tired of whatever wasn't working, of whatever pushed me here. I want to see what area of your life will this impact the most. So for my pile number ones, what area of their life will this impact the most for my pile number one? Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. I do think, pile number one, that this is going to impact many different areas in your life. But I also think that it's going to mostly impact your relationships, not only to other people, but to yourself. Let's see what we have here, though. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Strength card. And we have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is the relationship to self, right? That's what I was getting. This is really going to impact, again, all relationships, and I think existing relationships, but also future relationships. What am I willing to deal with? What am I willing to put up with? How am I going to show up for myself and make sure that I am respected, that I am choosing myself, right? That I'm honoring myself, but also that I'm choosing the right people and connections. So as far as the area of your life, I do think this is going to kind of just impact all areas because it's going to be a transformation that is very deep within you. This doesn't feel like, you're just getting money. So it's going to affect your finances. This feels like it's from inside out, right? So there's a lot of changes, a lot of shifts. There is a recognition of self and what you want and what is right for you and what is in alignment with you. And also what you don't want and what you don't want to put up with and what you don't want to waste your time and energy on. And for some of you, it could be that this has been a long time coming, but maybe you hadn't fully realized the shifts that were happening, where it's almost like you may be looking and saying like, whoa, when did this all just unfold for me? When did this all happen? Because, you were on a track for one thing, and what you've noticed is there's been such a huge shift. And again, it's due to all of the work that you've been doing. So this is going to affect all areas of your life, but especially your relationships. And again, your relationship to self is going to grow. Your acceptance, respect, and love of self is growing and expanding. And I think your ability to recognize all that you are and how you show up, and the fact that not everybody is as authentic or as, as beautiful as you, right? And I'm not just saying that on the outside, but I do think pile number one thing about you is that you care very deeply. You want the best for others. You want the best for society as a whole. And I think what you're going to be able to recognize is that the way that you carry yourself is not necessarily how the rest of the world carries themselves. And that is okay. But that you also want to protect your energy and make sure that you allow the right people in to receive all that you have to give and all that you have to offer. And I think there's a lesson for this group around being there and showing up for people that are only taking from you and not giving back. Not in a transactional way, but in a way that, you do deserve connections. Again, not just romantic. This is in all ways. This could be family. This could be friends, colleagues. But that you deserve connections that don't just reach out to you when they need something. You deserve to be the person that gets called when it's time to have a good time, not just when they need advice or when they need help of some sort. And it's you raising your own vibration, and through that, raising your expectations and what you are willing to put up with. I want to see what's down here. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, so change, and that Knight of Wands. Forward movement really quickly, right? All areas are going to shift. Because it's you. It's a new version of you showing up. Ooh. Okay. So the Four of Swords, I'm going to put it back. I will say make sure that you're getting some rest. I hadn't asked the question yet. That's why I put it back. But what are you releasing in order to make room for this? So this could be a shadow aspect. This could be a belief. This could be something more tangible, a pattern, a situation. What is my pile number one releasing to make room for this? What is my pile number one releasing to make room for this blessing breakthrough. And this could be confirmation that you're already doing the work or an idea of what you do need to release. 5 of Swords underneath the deck. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Goodness me. We have the Devil card. I'm sure, let's hope those are okay. And the Magician. Pile number 1. This is you. First of all, what you are releasing is self-doubt. What you are releasing is an idea that you are not worthy, that you are not enough, that someone out there is doing something better than you, that someone out there is prettier, more talented, more blah, 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 blah. I think for this group, you're also releasing possible comparisons to other people. There's definitely shadow work that has been happening here. There's some form of healing that's been happening here. Because we have the 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck there, right? So the 5 of Swords typically speaks to, you know, that like, it's actually a very limiting card, and it speaks to experiencing loss. It speaks to needing to build up skills and confidence, and it can be a card of like, life is not fair. And I think part of what you are releasing is the limitations that you have either placed on yourself or that have been passed down to you. So again, any idea of like, life is not fair, so no matter what I do, something is not going to work out for me, that's being let go of. It's like, you know what, I'm going to give it a try and I'm going to give it a go. And it's better to try than to look back and regret never trying the thing or trying whatever it is. So I think that is being released, that way of thinking, that way of looking at things. I also think with the 3 of Pentacles being here, what you are releasing is people, relationships, connections that limit you, that hold you down. You know, people that give like those backhanded compliments. If you have any of those people in your life, they gotta go. Or at the very least, it's you're placing boundaries with them. And if you're someone where it's not even that you have those people around you, but maybe at some point you had a parent, a caretaker, a teacher, a whoever that said something to you that was very limiting, that you carried that forth with you as truth, that little voice is being released. That sense of, that is my truth, is being released. And there's an understanding that you get to choose what you manifest. And at the very least, you get to try. And I think that's a big thing for this group, that realization of, at least I am going to try. And we have the Devil card here. The Devil card is all about excess, right? It's all about even obsession. And it is a card of shadow self. And what you are releasing is that feeling of being helpless or not having power or not having a say in your own future, in your own life. And this comes from you diving deep into the healing that you've been doing and into any limiting beliefs and any stories that you've told yourself or that other people have given to you as truth. And what's beautiful is we have the Magician here. So this is you manifesting and unleashing your skills, your manifestation skills, the skills that you have, the talents that you have. your creativity, your resourcefulness. And you focusing on what you want more of. You giving yourself permission to go after the thing. And I think for this group, for many of you, what you are also doing is giving yourself permission to not have to be perfect, right? To not have to get it right, to not care about what somebody else is doing and how it's working out for them, but to focus on yourself. I want to see what is shifting internally for my pile number ones. So for my pile number ones, that was a terrible shuffle, pile number one. What is shifting internally for my pile number ones? Much better. What is shifting internally for my pile number ones? You know what? I was going to say 2, but 3 said, nope, we're coming out. King of Pentacles, your sense of self, your sense of confidence, your comfort level within yourself and within your own skin is part of what is shifting internally. The Queen of Cups, you are trusting yourself more. You are trusting your intuition more. You are following your emotions, right? Following that intuition, but also trusting yourself to say, if this is what I'm feeling, it is right. It is fair. It is something worth exploring and listening to. We have the King of Swords and the 3 of Wands. What is shifting internally is what you want for yourself, what you see as possible for yourself, your vision for yourself, for your present moment, but also for your future, right? And I think a big shift that is happening internally here with these cards coming out, I actually want to see what's underneath. Yeah. It's a deeper understanding of self and a deeper level of comfort within self. So for some of you, there may even be a realization of if it's worth having, it allows me to be authentic and it feels good for me. If I have to feel like I am performing or like I am hiding behind something that is not the real me, or a mask that is not honoring me, is it worth having this thing, this experience, this person, this situation in my life? And there is a lot of clarity that is part of what is shifting internally, that things are going to become clear. For this group, if you've been feeling like you are in a fog, like you cannot see things clearly, that you have been confused and overwhelmed and trying to figure things out, that is part of what is shifting internally. And also what I think you're going to be experiencing for my pile number ones is almost this sense of balance between this is my heart, this is my emotional experience, and this is my mind. And there's a world in which these two versions of you, these two aspects of you are going to be able to co-create in a way that feels better and that is more authentic to you. But a big part of this shift is also your vision for yourself and your future and what you desire and what you want to experience and what you want to manifest. So it could be pile number one that you now know the type of career that you would be good at or that you would be happy with. You know the type of relationship that you want. And it's almost like I am no longer willing to sacrifice what I truly want for what is in my life right now. I would rather not have something right now and work towards what I truly want than settle for something less than what I want. And that's powerful. That is powerful. We're going to take a look at what is shifting externally. So environment, circumstances, what is shifting for you? Pile number one, that is going to make this big blessing breakthrough possible for you. bottom of the deck, the Four of Wands. Then we have the 10 of Wands. Let me just, there we go. My little trusty crystal. And then we have the, ooh, wow, okay. The 10 of Cups, and we have the Lovers. Ooh, pile number 1. This is interesting. Okay, let's talk about it. So, externally speaking, whenever we have the 10s in tarot, 10 is the number of completion. It is the ending, right? So the number 10, if you do numerology, 1 plus 0 is 1. So the number 10 represents the ending, but also the beginning. And I do get this for this group. There is a major shift. Something is coming to an end. And for some of you, to be completely honest, whatever's coming to an end may not even be necessarily something that you ended or that you wanted to end, but it's almost like life has dealt you this hand. And for some of you, this ending already happened. This ending, this shift has already taken place. And what you have been doing is the work around it, right? So like maybe this was about a relationship, but that relationship already ended. Maybe this was about somewhere where you were living and you had to move out of it. It was out of your control. Or maybe this was about a job and the job is no longer there. It feels like something has already shifted. And for some of you, it may not be as extreme as an actual ending. Like maybe it's not that a relationship ended, but maybe it's that there's been some talks and there's been some realizations that some things aren't working. Or maybe it's not that the job you had to leave or you were fired or you were laid off. Maybe it's that there's that recognition that something needs to change. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean that something came to a complete end, but there is some sort of shift happening here. And what's happening externally that has allowed for this is you are making choices about the future and about what you are going to do moving forward. That is what's helping this move along. And the Four of Wands, this is a milestone. This is a point in time that something has shifted, something has happened. And the Temperance, it's bringing in more balance. And for some of you, it's you taking what is left, what is still there, and what you want, what you desire, and creating something completely new. And I think externally for some of you, take this if it resonates, but for some of you externally, what has happened and what shifted was that you may have reached a point where it was like burnout. I can't keep going. This can't keep happening the way it's happening. And this could have been a physical burnout. Like, I am exhausted. My body is not keeping up. This cannot keep going the way it's been going. So I want to see what unseen support is helping you. And this could be a spirit guide, universal force, just, ancestor, spirit animal. So what unseen support is helping my pile number ones during this breakthrough, this blessing that's coming in? Six of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Justice card. This is divine timing. This is karmic. This is your spiritual team. For some of you, it could be an ancestor. For others of you, it's spirit guides. For others of you, it's your higher self. For some of you, this is your blueprint, your timeline. You've reached a point where you were meant to go through this shift. But this does feel like the universe is what's helping you. The universe is what has your back at this time. And I will say, pile number one, for some of you, it's definitely a goddess. Could be Gaia, could be, I'm getting Bridget. For someone here, Goddess Athena. If there's a goddess that you've been working with, that's who it is. For somebody here, Persephone. Santa Muerte is coming through. So for someone here, it could be a goddess coming through. It could be the divine feminine, but definitely there is an aspect to this of like, you were meant to get to this point and divine timing, divine help is here. Yeah. Your spirit team has been working overtime for you, pile number 1. And I don't think it's always felt that way. Someone here has a tiger as a spirit animal. I'm also seeing a cow as a spirit animal. Could be the bunny. I'm seeing the bunny there, but those two are standing out to me. I'm also seeing a spider, goddess Aphrodite, coming through now. Somebody has a bumblebee as a spirit animal. It's cute. I'm seeing like a little bumblebee. You could be seeing a bee more often than not. Hopefully not, because I got stung once, pile number 1. That was worse than getting bit by a raccoon when I was working at my volunteer job. I will honestly say I got bit by a raccoon, and getting stung by that bee hurt me more. Anyways, so pay attention, because I do think for some of you may be seeing butterflies as well. That is your spirit team sending signs. Let's keep going. So we are going to look at how will this blessing breakthrough affect you long term. So what is going to be left long term? What's going to happen long term as a result of this blessing breakthrough that is on its way to you? What is the long term effects of this in your life? There we go. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. The 2 of Cups. I love this. The 9 of Pentacles. Okay. And the 6 of Cups. I love it. So for some of you, your soulmate, like romantically speaking, your soulmate, your twin flame, your divine counterpart is going to join you on this journey. And that's what happens as a result of this shift, right? As a result of this change that's happening for you, this breakthrough. Especially if this already has to do with relationships for you. For all of you. Even if you don't resonate with that message about love. And for those of you where it's like you already have someone in your life and there is a shift happening, but you want that person and you know they're willing to do the work, this could just be you moving to the next stage with this person. But for all of you, there is abundance, not only monetary abundance, but just abundance in your life and in your life experience. For some of you, what you are going to notice is that you feel more comfortable, more connected to yourself, and more at ease with yourself going forward as a result of this shift, of this breakthrough that's coming through. You are living a life that even when things aren't going your way, even when things feel overwhelming, you are still going to be able to feel good within yourself and to feel confident in your ability to see you through. And I do think that your confidence as you move through this, as you receive this blessing, this breakthrough, is going to grow and expand so much that this is a brand new version of you going forward. Yeah, and I think self-love as well, right? It's not only about relationship with other people, because I do think this is going to open up relationships with other people as well. Like not just romantic, but platonic. And I think there is an opportunity for healing within existing relationships. but your relationship to self is so much more solid. So let's take a look at practical steps that you can take to stay aligned to this. So for my pile number ones, what are the practical steps my pile number ones can take to stay aligned to this? We have the 7 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the 10 of Swords. Pile number one, keep going. Don't give up. Right? We have this 10 of Swords here. So don't give up. Keep going on your healing journey. Keep moving through. Keep pushing through. Allow anything that is leaving your life to leave your life, right? If it's not trying to stay, if it's coming to an end, don't hold on to anything that you have outgrown or that has outgrown you. And sit in the sadness of that. Sit with in the transition of that and feel the way that you need to feel. But keep it moving. Keep the energy moving. This is also about, have hope, have faith as you move forward, that what is meant for you is not going to pass you. What is meant for you is not going to be taken from you. It cannot be taken from you if it's meant for you, right? It can take a detour, but it's always going to come back to you. Remain grounded. Keep your energy protected. Express yourself, right? Maybe it's, I need to journal. I need to scream into the void. I need to go for a run, go for a walk. I need to work out. Whatever feels right for you. Express yourself in a way that's safe, right? In a way that is safe for you and others. But I think daily grounding, daily protecting, like a protection ritual, whether it's, I'm going to visualize roots going out of the bottom of my feet and I'm going to visualize a bubble around me, whatever that means for you. And celebrate the small wins. Recognize how far you've come. Give yourself time and patience as you move through this. I want to see what was underneath here. Yeah, one step at a time. Don't rush through this. Don't feel like you have to figure it all out at once. It's uncomfortable when we are going through periods of transition, but it's so worth it. And especially for you, pile number one, I think this is going to be really worth it at the end. So we're going to get final encouragement from the universe, and then we're going to look at the oracle cards that I have for you. Final encouragement from the universe about this situation or in general. All right, you know what? I was going to take 2, but we're going to take all 3. Bottom of the deck, the Temperance. King of Cups. 4 of Swords. Judgment. Your time is coming, pile number one. This rebirth for you is coming in. It's coming a lot sooner than what you realize. Give yourself a break. Allow yourself to take a nap if that's what you need. Allow yourself to have a good cry if that's what you need. Read a good book. Spend time with friends. Spend time with a loved one. Give your pet a hug if you have a pet, whatever your pet is. Allow yourself to be emotionally wherever it is that you are at without judgment. But just know that this rebirth is on its way to you. And it's going, I really feel for this group, it's going to show up a lot sooner than what you think. And this is a timeless reading. So I really get 3 to 9 days or 3 to 9 weeks from whenever you find this video. Not whenever I made it, but whenever you find it. But I am recording July 2025. All right, pile number one, let's see what else we have here. Potion, remember to practice self-love. Absolutely. And what do you need right now, pile number one? Do you need to light a candle? Do you need to do a facial mask? Do you need to go for a walk? Do you need to read a book? What do you need? Do you need to tell yourself to go get some sleep and drink some water and eat a meal? That is self-love. Do you need a nice long shower, a bubble bath? Whatever you need, remember to practice self-love. Then we have mourning. The world awaits you. And there are so many opportunities here. And so many opportunities for new foundations, for new routines, for new things to come into your life that are beautiful. We have gold. You don't need someone else to fix you. And this is about you honoring yourself, right? In the same way that you cannot fix someone else either. So I picked some of these cards. These are going to be words that you use, such as affirmations or just keywords that you want to use over the next few days, few weeks, however long you feel the need to. Success. Success fills my life in ways beyond my greatest expectations. And believe it or not, pile number 1, there is success waiting for you. Surrender. All is well. I surrender to my inner guidance. Delight. I delight in everything in my world, and divine joy fills me. So finding those opportunities where you can experience joy, where you can lean into the possibility that is happening around you, right? And the wonder that is around you, the beauty that is around you. These are blessing cards. So we're going to see what the blessings are, and then we're going to read that card. So we have a blessing of fire. And what is fire? Fire is creation. It's also destruction. But the thing is, sometimes in order to make room for something, in order to bring something into our lives, we have to cleanse, we have to destroy, we have to allow what isn't working to fall apart. And finally, a blessing on your wisdom. So for some of you, the Morrigan. This card definitely reminds me of the Morrigan. And we have a raven there and an owl, the wolf. Am I missing someone? Because I almost didn't see this guy right there. And spiritual decree. We're going to read this one from the book to get you some additional information. Sorry, I dropped something if you heard that. I don't know if the mic picked it up. Let's take a look. So, goodness, these cards are long. Okay. So it says, surrender is not an invitation to abdicate your free will. Rather, it is an encouragement to use your personal will to align with the intentions and workings of a loving intelligence that serves the higher, greater good. You have a choice as to how you feel you can best accomplish such alignment. Releasing attachment without letting go of the fierce commitment to manifesting your heart's most inspired vision is one such way. When there is purity and devotion to the greater good in your heart, you can trust in your heart's inspirations as emanations of higher will. Surrender allows you to retain your purity, doing all that you can and allowing things to unfold as they will according to a greater plan and purpose that we cannot consciously grasp, but can trust nonetheless. The capacity for spiritual decree flows from your soul's innate spiritual birthright to choose, to give voice to what truly inspires the heart, and to take action on one's dreams. You can express your sacred birthright of free will, intention, and empowerment to the cosmic wheels in motion. Speak your truth to the universe, align with your heart, affirm service to the greater good as the ultimate guiding purpose, and then decree it, and you shall be it. Pile number 1, that is what I have for you. Your affirmation for this week. I surrender. I surrender to the blessings that are on the way to me. I surrender to the blessings that are on the way to me. That is your affirmation. But pile number 1, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the video if you think it's worth sharing. All of those things help me out so much, and I appreciate you so much for being here. Stay tuned for next week's reading. Check out the poll. It is already posted, so make sure you vote for what you would like to see next. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Grace card, and I'm going to place that right over there. That is going to be a part of your reading. We're going to look at it last, and I will be reading from the book for that one. But as a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, for this reading, I did do a reading breakdown. It is time-stamped below. It's going to tell you exactly what is going to be answered. So I highly, highly suggest that you check that out. But let's get started. So for this specific pile, I will be using the Wild Reflections deck, and this is going to be one of the readings where I shuffle on camera. And we're going to start by looking at what is the next big blessing breakthrough that is arriving for you. So for my pile number 2s, what is the next big blessing or breakthrough that is arriving for my pile number 2s? What is this next big breakthrough or blessing? As I cut the deck there, we have the 6 of Wands, the 10 of Wands. So if you've been going through a period of time where you're trying, you're working hard, you're having to work maybe like, you know, whether it's you're working jobs and you're having to work multiple jobs, or you're so busy, there's a lot going on, you're barely keeping up, you are exhausted. There is some level of recognition. For some of you, this could be like a promotion or more money or a new opportunity coming in. And it could be financial. It could even be outside of finances, right? It doesn't have to be financial. We're going to get more information. So what is the next big blessing or breakthrough? Yeah, pile number 2. I do feel for some of you, there could be more money coming in. There could be new opportunities coming in. And for some of you, it's an opportunity where you feel like, let's say that you have been working like 2 jobs, or that money is very tight. You may find an opportunity that pays you more so that you only have to work 1 job. Or you may find that something like there's a return on some investment or a return on something that you've done that allows you to relax more and to have more time. Let's see what this is. We're gonna start picking cards. All right, so for my pile number 2s, what is the next big blessing or breakthrough coming through here? What is the next big blessing and breakthrough? I wanted 3. These cards are sticky. We have the 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, for some of you, this is abundance. This is 6 of Pentacles. Something is paying back. Something is coming through. Knight of Cups. So pile number 2, when it comes to your next big blessing, for most of you, this is coming in with something very tangible. This could be, again, a promotion at work, a new job, a new opportunity. This could be recognition at work. But I do feel for this group, it's not only like recognition in the sense of like, good job. You know what I mean? Like, good job. So sure, give me money. It does feel like there's an opportunity for a promotion, for a new job, for recognition with money. That's what keeps coming through here for most of you. But I do want to talk about this 7 of Swords being underneath the deck here, because the 7 of Swords, it just feels like something has not been in the up and up. And I think a big message coming through for my pile number 2s is this is a time to be strategic. This is a time to be very intentional, and also to make sure that you are dotting your I's and crossing your T's. So if there is an opportunity to like sign a new contract or get a promotion or apply for a job, make sure that you are keeping track and that you are reading everything, that you are going through everything and paying attention. But I also think that this Seven of Swords being at the bottom of the deck is talking to you feeling just exhausted, and you also dealing with like, no matter what I do, I'm not really getting the opportunities that I want. And that's part of what this big blessing, big breakthrough coming through is, because it's going to open up doors for you. And if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been feeling like things aren't really moving or things aren't progressing in your life, in a specific area of your life, just know that that is also going to shift. Yeah, there's going to be, energy is going to be picking up, and you're closing out a cycle that has to do, like a struggle cycle for this group. Now, we do have the Nine of Pentacles here. So this is an achievement. This is you reaching some sort of achievement, some sort of recognition. This is spiritual and material satisfaction. But I also think that this has to do with something that you have been working very hard towards, something that you have been investing time and energy into is taking off. It's giving you the payback. So, you know, whether it's you've been spending long hours at work and things are going to become easier, or things are not going to be as complicated, that's an opportunity for some of you, is somebody recognizing you and saying, you know what, you deserve that raise. Here it is, right? And I do think pile number 2, if you've been thinking about asking for a raise or trying to gain some more financial independence, or just like speak up and advocate for yourself if you're doing most of the work, or if you have a lot that you have to take on and you're not even being paid for that or recognized for that, speaking up, being your own advocate is going to be very helpful for this group. But I also think there's a harvest here, right? The Nine of Pentacles is a card of a harvest, and I love this deck because it shows us the sunflowers, right? And it shows us that she's very happy and she looks to be like very much in her element. So pile number 2, there is something that either becomes easier or it gives you the payback that you deserve. We also have the Six of Pentacles. So this is creating balance. This is creating more fairness. And I think for many of you, that fairness comes with more money. I also think that if you've been investing into something, maybe this isn't that you work a 9 to 5, maybe this is you investing your time and energy into your own business, into your own service that you offer, or into a side project, it's taking off. So if you've been doing social media, you're going to get the views, you're going to get the engagement, you're going to get what you've been working towards. If you've been writing the book, you're going to get to publish the book. If you've been working on something creative, it feels like it's recognized, it's being seen, it's being acknowledged. Whatever it is that you've been working on, whether it has to do with finances and career, or whether it is more on a personal level, that is where there is recognition and there is more ease and more abundance coming in. This Six of Pentacles is speaking to a lot of generosity coming your way as well. I think people are going to notice. Someone here, if you have, like, let's say you have a court case, you may win that. If you are, if you've been struggling, you may notice that some people show up and they have an offer for you. They're willing to give to you. Be in a place that you are receptive to accepting the blessings that are being sent your way, pile number 2, because there is an inflow. There's help coming in. There's something that is being sent your way. And with the Knight of Cups being here, this could have to do with something creative, a creative endeavor. But this is also you feeling better, you feeling more energized, you being in a better place overall as a result of this blessing. And I also think that this is speaking to you feeling more connected as well. And there's a lot of joy that comes in with this. But for some of you, because this is at the bottom of the deck, I don't even think you think it's possible yet, or you see it coming. Let's take a look at the possible timeline here. So we're going to ask about the timeline as to when, how soon can this come in for you? We're going to pick from this deck one card, and I'm also going to use an Oracle deck. I heard Saturday. I don't know why Saturday is coming in as important. We have the Page of Swords. Yeah, this is going to be quick. Bottom of the deck, Judgment card. This feels very quick. This could be 2 weeks for some of you. I'm definitely hearing 2 weeks. Let me grab the other deck. Could be 2 months. Definitely not 2 years. Could be 2 days, even though that feels very soon. For some reason, I keep hearing Saturday. I don't know if that means anything to anyone, but what is the timeline here? When and how? For my pile number 2s, when and how? We have the number 9 with Sagittarius. Find a new meaning. 9 weeks, 9 months. We also have Tuesday with the number 3. Start being creative. Put down a marker. And we have the number 10. You will start all over again soon. Oh, that soon is not there. I don't know why I saw the soon. 10 days, 10 weeks. So pile number 2, I think for most of you, this is a matter of weeks, if I'm being honest. It could be 9 weeks. It could be 9 to 10 weeks, 9 to 10 days. But I am seeing 2 weeks. 2 weeks keeps coming up for me. So I'm going to put it out there for most of you. It could be a little bit longer than that. But definitely something within this year. This is a timeless reading. So as I'm recording this, it is the beginning of July 2025. But this timeline is from whenever you find this video, whenever you are listening to this video. Yeah, the 2 of Wands, 2 weeks, maybe 2 months, but 9 to 10 as well. I don't know why, 2 weeks, 9 to 10 days, 9 to 10 weeks. I'm not getting months for this. This feels around the corner. All right, so why is this blessing breakthrough arriving now? Like, why is this the next one? Why is this arriving to you soon? Why is it on its way to you already? Why is this the blessing and breakthrough that's coming through? All right, pile number 2, bottom of the deck, the Ace of Wands. You've been working at this. You've been putting in your time and energy to this. The 5 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles. The 10 of Swords. It's time. Why is this the breakthrough? Because you've been busting your butt, pile number 2. You've been showing up and you've been doing this thing. You've been working hard. You've been pushing through. And you've earned this. And you've also, I think for my pile number 2s, you've had a clear vision, a clear understanding. You've been focused, like you've been laser focused on this and on making improvements. For someone here, your next big blessing breakthrough is you're buying a house or you're moving to your dream house apartment. So if you are in the process, take this as it resonates because it's coming through very clearly. So it could be like 1 or 2 of you. But if you've been working very hard at something, it's going to pay off. And if it's like you've been already approved for a house and you've been looking, or you already have, like, it's something that you are working towards, you're going to find the perfect one and you're going to, like, if you put the offer in, it's going to go through. And if you've been looking and looking and looking and it just feels like your ideal spot doesn't exist, and this could be a job as well, like your ideal job doesn't exist, it's coming together. It's going to show up. And it's in alignment. It's meant for you. But pile number 3, this is coming in because you haven't given up, because you keep investing into this. You're investing time, energy, resources into this. And for some of you, with this Ten of Swords being here, it feels like maybe it could even be that like you feel that you're at your wit's end, or like nothing is going to happen and you're ready to throw in the towel. Just know it's coming in. Yeah. It's your hard work paying off. It's also you not giving up, you continuing to push forward towards this. And that's why pile number 2, your vision of this is very clear. Your manifestation of this has been very clear. And your dedication to it is very much unwavering at this point. I want to keep going. So let's take a look at what area of your life will this impact the most. So for my pile number 2s, what area of my pile number 2's life will this impact the most? What area of my pile number 2's life will this impact the most? Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords, Three of Pentacles, High Priestess, the Sun card. So I think this is going to impact just about every single area of your life, but I think there's a big highlight when it comes to your connection to your spiritual self, to your higher self. I do think that what's going to happen as a result of this is that you are going to gain a deeper understanding of how you manifest and how to bring your manifestations into the 3D, but also how to create something and make it a reality. I do think, physically speaking, like in your tangible world, there is going to be a big payback here. Like, this feels like more money. This feels like a house. This feels like a car. This feels like something that is tangible. But in addition to that, it affects every area of your life. And it brings ease, happiness, and joy into your life. Not just one specific area, but every single area. And I think it's something that's going to bring in, for some of you, through this blessing, through this breakthrough, you are going to be able to rest more. You are going to be able to feel more at ease, and you're not going to have to, it almost feels like you're not going to have to work as hard. That's why at the beginning of this reading, I said for some of you, if you have been like working 2 jobs, or like there's a goal that you're trying to meet, you're trying to save up for something or save up a specific amount, or just to keep up, you've been having to work multiple jobs. Whatever this blessing is, it brings an opportunity where it kind of gives you more time and space, and you don't have to go as hard. Yeah, it's also coming in with a new understanding for you, it shifts your plans, it shifts what is available to you and what comes next for you. I want to take a look. Let's keep looking. I want to take a look at what are you releasing to make room for this. So this could be shadow belief, pattern, situation. What are my pile number 2s releasing in order to make room for this blessing? What are my pile number 2s releasing in order to make room for this blessing, this breakthrough that's coming in for them? Bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, it almost feels like some of you are creating more balance, right? You are creating more time for yourself. Like for some of you, it could even be that you're releasing a specific job or a specific responsibility. But when it comes to what you are releasing, I also think there is a specific belief around work and how you have to go about it, or what your relation, like it's almost like an understanding that you have to work smart, not necessarily harder. I also think for you, pile number two, this is you making peace with yourself as well. And understanding that a certain way of approaching things served you at some point, but at this point in time, it is okay to shift things around. For some of you, what you are going to be releasing is procrastination. You're going to go for something, you're going to do something. If you've been building up the courage to speak up, to ask for more, to apply for something, to put your name out there for something, whether it's a promotion, a new job, a new opportunity, whether it's you have an idea of something that you want to offer, or a side business that you want to start, or a side project that you want to take on, what you are releasing is procrastination around that. And what you are doing is learning from past mistakes and understanding that even if something didn't work out at a specific point in time, it doesn't mean that it won't work out going forward. And I also think that what is being released here is blockages around forward movement, around what to do next. And unfocused energy is being released. So I think for this group, it's not that you don't work, because I think you work incredibly hard. But I think going forward, you're going to be more intentional about where you invest your time and energy. So instead of like, I'm just going to do the thing just to do the thing, it's what would be the best use of my time and the best return of investment. Like, where do I invest so that I get the best return on my investment of my time, my energy, my resources? But for many of you, this is the courage to take the leap, to try the thing. And I also think that for my pile number two, something that some of you are going to be releasing is if you've taken on too much, if you've been spreading yourself thin, what you are going to release is the need to do that, and understand that sometimes it's better to just tackle 1 to 2 things where you can put your full energy into it, instead of trying to do 4 to 5 things where you're barely keeping up. And I think it's going to help you make progress on what does matter to you, what you do want to progress in. And I think there's a pattern here around overthinking, over questioning, or not giving yourself the opportunity to take that leap that is going to be released as well. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, I'm going to go for it. The Five of Cups, I'm going to push past that fear. For some of you, fear of success, fear of putting yourself out there. Maybe that fear of like, what if it doesn't work out? Or what if I get rejected? Or what if it doesn't happen in the way that I want it to? But for my pile number twos, what is shifting internally? So what is shifting for you, pile number 2, internally to create space for this? Bottom of the deck, the Magician. Very powerful. We also have the World card. The 7 of Cups. The 7 of Swords, the inner voice. There's a shift in your inner voice. For some of you, your inner voice is becoming a scream that you cannot ignore, that's saying, let's focus on what we want. Let's do the thing. Let's go for it, right? Like it feels very much like you are being called to do something different, to step out of that comfort zone and to try something new. And also, what is shifting internally is you have so many ideas and so many possibilities that are like floating around in your head, pile number 2. And I think it's getting louder in the sense of like maybe sometimes like you knew you wanted to do X, Y, and Z, but like you could push it off to the side and like say, you know what, I'll do that in the future. Whenever I get to it, I get to it. And I think it's becoming more prominent to the point where now it's just taking up more attention and it keeps coming up. I also think internally, because we have the Magician and that Judgment card again being there. We've seen that Judgment card a few times. But with the Magician, I think what's also shifting internally is the realization that you can do so much more than what you've given yourself credit for. I also think your sense of creativity is just kind of like screaming at you, pile number 2. Like, let's do this. Let's try this. Let's go for this. And you're leveling up in your conscious, in your awareness. So this is you being called to more. This is you being called to experience more and to try more things. And I think that 7 of Cups is saying like it's time to go for it, even if we don't know exactly how, even if I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, I'm going to at least try. Yeah, this is like the vision, the fantasy, the daydreaming is what's getting, like you can't ignore it. You can't ignore that call. And that 7 of Swords, we saw it come up at the beginning there. That 7 of Swords speaking to being strategic and being intentional. And also realizing what your truth is, what you are here to do, what you are here to experience. And I think this is coming from a place of I don't want to waste time. I don't want to waste opportunities. I want to go for it. Let's take a look at what is shifting externally. So externally speaking, what is shifting here for my pile number 2s? And this could be environment, circumstances. What is shifting for my pile number 2s? Externally, we have the 4 of Swords. You're feeling impatient. You are feeling that call, that call to action that you cannot ignore. The 5 of Wands. Judgment. I was going to say, Judgment card keeps coming up. The 10 of Pentacles. Pile number 2. What is shifting externally? It's very interesting because for you, what's shifting externally is also what's happening internally, which is that call, that inner call for more. And whenever the Judgment card shows up, especially in traditional tarot, what we see is the trumpets, right? It's Archangel Gabriel and the trumpets being called, right? That rebirth. That's what's happening for you. It's like your internal world is screaming so loud that your external world can no longer ignore it. And you are being called to take the action. And for some of you, there's some sort of inspiration that's coming from a third party, from an outside party. And it could be like you're scrolling on social media. It could be somebody that you know in your life, but it feels like a very healthy inspiration. And this sense of it's possible because I know other people have done it, so I want to create it for myself. And I deserve to create it for myself. And it's this call to action, this idea that even though it's internal, it's almost pushing you to take action. It's almost pushing you to make it happen. And for some of you, part of what's happening externally is that you're going to see more abundance, more money, more opportunities, more, for some of you, quite literally more money in the bank. For others of you, it's, I have now an easier job. Or I know that this job, this thing isn't for me, so I know I have to find something that is. But there is a level of discomfort that is pushing this forward for my pile number 2s. Let's keep going. So we're going to look at what unseen support is helping you. And this could be, like spirit guides, universal force, ancestors, spirit animals, whatever wants to come through. So what unseen support is helping my pile number 2s? Bottom of the deck, the King of Wands. This is your higher self. This is your desire, your inner calling, and your future. I'm gonna be honest, pile number 2, your future self, is part of that unseen support. The Devil card, the Knight of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. So for many of you, this is your future self and your higher self coming through. And I can even see spirit guides and ancestors coming through here for my pile number 2s. But there is almost this you cannot keep doing this. You have to do something different. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to go for it because there's something bigger and better for you. And you just need to help co-create it and be in a place where you can receive it. I do think for this group, there's a strong connection to intuition and higher self right now that is heightened. Some of you may be experiencing more vivid dreams at this time. For some of you, you're claircognizant, so clear knowing. You could just be receiving downloads where you just know certain pieces of information. And this feels like an inner compass that you have, right? This is your dharma, your life purpose, your inner compass leading the way, your heart leading the way, whatever you want to call that. And for some of you, your inner child is playing a part in this as well. So it feels like it's different versions of you showing up to say there's so much more here. And part of what is helping you as well is past lessons and experiences that taught you so much. That's part of what's helping you move forward. That's part of what's pushing you forward on this journey. Someone here has a dolphin as a spirit animal. That's very specific, so only take it if it resonates. The lion on his shirt is standing out to me, so you could have a lion as a spirit animal. It could be any of the cats, to be honest. It could be a cheetah, lion, tiger, domestic cat, bobcat. Any of those could be a spirit animal. For some of you, you may be going through a Saturn return, and that is part of what's pushing you forward and helping you, and part of the unseen force. For some of you, your North Node is being activated at this time, and that's what's moving you forward, what's helping you move forward. So how will this blessing breakthrough affect you in the long term? So how is this going to affect your long-term experiences? For my pile number 2s, how is this going to affect my pile number 2s long term? The Fool card. This is a brand new beginning for you. This puts you on a whole new trajectory for most of you. We also have the 7 of Wands, the 9 of Swords, and the Magician. It allows you to leave behind something that has felt very heavy and something that felt like you had to be on the defensive, or like you were always waiting for the other shoe to drop. So if life has been very hard, and I think for many of you, this does have to do with finances in some way, shape, or form. It feels like things begin to get a little bit more manageable. And for some, it's even not even more manageable, it's just easier. Because we have the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Swords, but we also have the Magician and the Fool here. So this is really speaking to this blessing or breakthrough is going to change your future and affect you in the long term, because it causes, or it leads to more ease. It leads to more growth, and it leads to getting you ahead, remaining like you are getting ahead, and you don't have to be playing catch up. You don't have to be so anxious and so worried, and it's not going to keep you up at night. It's going to help you sleep better. It's going to help you feel more in control, and it's going to help you live in a different way, in a way that feels lighter, right? That Page of Swords, it's bringing in a lot of possibilities, a lot of opportunities, and a lot of ease. And it helps you connect to your higher self and to your inner self. And with the Magician here, it's you using your gifts to manifest. And I think for many of you, pile number 2, it's going to be you having more energy to do the things that you love to do, or even to figure out what you love to do, right? To have that downtime. That's coming through here as well. So let's take a look at the practical step to stay aligned with this. So what is a practical step that you can take to stay in alignment with this blessing, this breakthrough that wants to come in for you? Nine of Wands, the Hanged Man. Bottom of the deck, the Hermit card. So pile number 2. Pace yourself. That is a practical step that you can take in order to remain in alignment with this. Pace yourself. Don't burn yourself out. Keep going. Keep pushing through. Do what you are being guided to do. Don't be afraid to do something that you think or may have convinced yourself is not worth it or is impossible for you. So if there is a job posting, if there's a promotion available, throw your name in there. If there's a house that you want, and you just do the thing, put it out there, right? With that Nine of Wands, it's speaking to you giving yourself the opportunity. And most importantly, keep going. Keep pushing past any limitations that you think exist, and remain open. Trust in the process. Trust in yourself and in the universe. And remain excited for what is yet to come. And find motivation to keep you pushing forward. Because whenever the Nine of Wands shows up, it's closer than what you realize. Don't give up now, because you're almost there. And the Hanged Man is saying, look at your situation from a different perspective. Think outside of the box. Do something that is not what you've done or what you've always done or how you always do things. Embrace possibility. And we do have the Hanged Man and the Hermit card, so reflecting, going within before you take the next step. And make sure that you are acting from a place of alignment to heart and to purpose. Don't just do it because it's available. Don't just accept it because it's available and it's there. All right, pile number 2. So what is the encouragement from the universe about this blessing breakthrough? What is the encouragement before we get to the oracle cards? Four of Cups. The Empress. There's so much more available than what you can see. The Knight of Pentacles. And you are making your way towards it. This is your treasure island, right? This is you reaching what you want, what you desire. And with the Four of Cups and the Empress card, this is saying focus on the now, focus on the present. The best has yet to happen. And there's an opportunity that is already there or about to show up, and it's up to you to embrace it. And you are creation itself with this Empress card being here. There is abundance. You are meant to experience abundance. And it is on its way to you. And there's something that already has your name on it. But remain present so that you can identify it and you can do your part to receive it. All right, pile number 2, let's take a look. Escapist, come home to yourself. So, grounding yourself, being present. And it's good to daydream. It's good to visualize. It's good to think about what's happening or what's going to happen in the future. But also remain grounded so that you can identify the opportunities and act on them. So Tower, unplug and relax for a spell. So finding that balance between doing and giving yourself breaks as well, right? You don't want to burn yourself out. Stars, you can manifest your every wish, and this is a reminder. And there's change coming. And pile number 2, write out like your bucket list. Write out what your wishes are, what you want to manifest, your wildest dreams. I said wildest dreams, and I just had that Taylor Swift song start playing in my head. Do a vision board if you feel called to. Then we have 3 words. These could be affirmations or just keywords for you. Simplicity, deep, profound serenity is expanding in my life. Radiance, I am a radiant reflection of God's light. Breakthrough, look at that. A reading about breakthroughs, and the breakthrough card comes out. I soar into limitless love, light, and joy. And we have 2 cards that are blessing cards, and then we're going to look at that grace card. So a blessing to find the truth. Oh, look at that raven. And here's the thing, pile number 2. As you find your truth, new opportunities show up for you. They present themselves, and a blessing on your sleep. And for some of you, what you're going to be gaining as well is more peace, more time for you, and more rest, right? Whether it's, I don't have to stress out as much, or I don't have to work as much. That's coming through. And let's take a look at your grace card, pile number 2. All right, I'm going to be reading this one from the book, and I do want to show you. It's from the Lightworker Oracle. And it says, is it time for your life to become a little easier? Can you allow yourself to walk the way of divine grace with trust and acceptance? You do not have to force solutions with every greater effort or seek to make things happen. You can gracefully act without attachment and trust all will be as it's meant to be. This is the most efficient use of your energy for the best results. Surrender attachment to your struggles now as you allow life to serve your soul's fulfillment with love and kindness. That is your message. Pile number 2, your affirmation for this week. I follow my purpose with grace and love. I follow my purpose with grace and love. That's what's coming through. So claim it in the comments if you feel like it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All those things help me out so much, and I appreciate you so much for helping me. Share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Stay tuned for next week's reading. I do have the poll up and ready to be voted on, so check that out. It is in the community page. But thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Initiation by Air card. I'm going to place that right over there. As a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. I did do a reading breakdown that tells you exactly what is going to be covered and how, in what order, all of the information that you need to know to figure out if this is the right reading for you. It is time-stamped below. I highly, highly suggest that you check that out. But to get started, we are going to bring in the Seer's tarot deck, and I will be shuffling on camera. So we're going to use Seer's, then we're going to go into the Oracle cards, and we're going to end the reading by looking at what the message with that card is, with the Initiation by Air card. Let's get started. So we're going to start by asking, what is the next big blessing breakthrough that is arriving for you? Ooh, for some of you, this next big blessing breakthrough is freeing you from something or someone. For most of you, what this is going to free you from is an idea or a belief that you can't do something, or a fear. Let's take a look. Yeah, so a brand new beginning. There's freedom here from some sort of fear, some sort of belief, some sort of limiting idea or belief about yourself, or a narrative that you have accepted as truth. And it could be preventing you from creating forward movement in your life. Pile number 3. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, there's a lot of anxiety that's preventing you from, I honestly want to say, from living your best life and from giving something a fair shot. For some of you, it's like there could be fears around a specific dream or desire or idea or wish that you have. This could be fear around opening yourself up for love. This could be fear around sharing your gift with the world in some way. All right, let's start laying out some cards. So what is the next big blessing breakthrough for my pile number 3s? What is the next big blessing and or breakthrough for my pile number 3s? Let's see what we have here. Pile number 3. Bottom of the deck, the Page of Pentacles. Justice card. 3 of Pentacles. Page of Swords. So pile number 3, the next big breakthrough, next big blessing coming your way has to do with karma is being cleared. Now, it is my belief that karma is not good or bad. It's just, cause and effect. It's just something that happens as a result of something else. And we as humans give it that, good karma or we decide that because that's what's comfortable to us as humans, to really see things as good or bad, or to really label something and decide what the experience is. But it does feel like for this group, your next big breakthrough, blessing coming through, has to do with some karmic cycle coming to a close. And what happens is, as a result of that, there is a brand new beginning. And for some of you, this has to do with a creative project where you are able to then either go on a creative endeavor and create something, or share something that you have already created. For others of you, this is you then creating a community, joining a community as a result of this big blessing, this big breakthrough coming through. There is going to be a deeper understanding of self, but there's also going to be more information and more guidance available to you, pile number 3, as far as how to move forward when this big blessing, this big breakthrough comes through. And I think what you're going to find is that in areas where you were unable to make any progress, you will start to see progress. And again, for some of you, this has to do with like a creative endeavor, a creative project. This could be like a business. This could be relationships. But the overall energy here is something clears. And as a result, you are able to move forward with more ease, and you are able to get more guidance about what to do next, what to try next. Underneath here, yeah, the King of Wands. This is you paving your own way and having the confidence to do so. This is also you getting more clear about what your desires are and what would make you happy, and giving yourself the opportunity to do that, to chase it, to create it. For some of you, there's also more confidence coming through as a result of this. Yeah, and there's more blessings. For some of you, this is also going to lead to more money-making opportunities. So take that as it resonates, because it absolutely leads to more money-making opportunities. I do think for this group, if you are a creative and you have either like, you have an idea of something you want to create, or you've already created something, or you know what it is, you just have to get to doing it. The next big blessing breakthrough is you having the follow through to do it, or having the courage to share it. And if you've been thinking about, like maybe social media, YouTube, writing a book, maybe you are a musician, maybe you do some sort of artwork, put it out there. This is you putting that out there, or you seeing it to completion and then putting it out there. I think for my pile number 3s, you're going to gain an audience. And you're going to gain, I do see for this pile, there are other people that also come in as a part of this blessing breakthrough, whether it's people that you can collaborate with, or people that really enjoy your work and support you. And for those of you that have already been doing something and putting it out in the world, what you're going to be gaining is a bigger following. And it feels like it almost comes out of nowhere. Like it just takes off, whatever it is. But for some of you, there is somebody that you are going to be able to collaborate with, or somebody that is willing to invest in your business, in your dream, in your vision, in what you want to create. I'm seeing a business plan for someone here. So if you're trying to start your own business, I do think that's part of the next big blessing or breakthrough, is you being able to do that and finding the support, whether it's through clients or like an investor. Let's keep going. So let's look at the timeline. So how soon are we looking here? Spirit, for my pile number 3s, how soon is this timeline, is this big blessing breakthrough coming through? How soon? We have the King of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Star. There is divine timing at play with this one. Let's take a look. I'm actually not getting anything so far. Intuitively, I was getting like time frames for the other piles. Haven't gotten that through yet with this pile. Let's see. What is the time frame, timeline, how soon for my pile number 3s is this going to come together? We have 11, listen to friends, 11 days, 11 weeks. 11/11 is also coming through as significant. So for some of you, definitely divine timing. We have the number 6 with Friday. Finalize something, just let it go. Pile number 3 is, I don't think you're supposed to know exactly when it's going to unfold. Times of life. You reflect the world reflects you. Different timelines for different people. This one feels like it's not so much about a specific timeline as much as it's about you being in alignment and ready for this. But I don't think this is going to take years, right? I don't think this is going to take like a very long time. I mean, we have 11 days, 11 weeks. That's the only time frame we really have. And a Friday could be significant here. The number 6 could be significant here. And then we have swap ideas, seek advice Monday with the number 2. So I don't think it's as much about a specific time frame for this group as much as it's you being in alignment. And we're going to answer questions about kind of what that looks like for you. And we're also going to get like practical advice for you. But with the Star card being here, trust and believe it's going to happen. I also think there's an unexpected level to this where it almost comes in and it happens unexpectedly. It's not something that you see coming. All right, pile number 3. Why is this blessing breakthrough arriving to you at this time? Like, what is going on here that you're ready for this? So why is this blessing breakthrough arriving now for my pile number 3s? There we go. Bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Swords. Pile number 3, you've been thinking about this. You've been trying to make this happen. Some of you have been really stressing about this. 9 of Swords. 8 of Cups. 10 of Swords. Whew. Pile number 3, there's a lot here happening within and around this, right? For many of you, this is something that has been in the back of your mind for a while. This is something that has kind of been in your, like, this could be the type of thing that it's something that you've wanted to do or you've been thinking about since you were a kid or since you were like younger. This is something that has been around and significant and calling your name for a while. But with the 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 8 of Cups, and 10 of Swords, the reason this is coming through now, the reason this is arriving now, it's almost because like it's inevitable at this point. Like it's something that you cannot avoid anymore. And it's interesting that it's coming that way because I do think it's a beautiful blessing. But I do think it provokes some level of fear within you, pile number 3. And I think that the lessons that you have experienced in your life have prepared you to give this a shot, to give this a try. The 9 of Swords is here. So there's something that keeps you up at night. And there's something that doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like you are satisfied. It doesn't feel like you're in alignment without this thing. But I think there's also fear around receiving it and doing it. For many of you, this is going to be some sort of creative endeavor, whether it's a money-making creative endeavor or something that you do for yourself. And it feels like it's been a long time coming, pile number 3. And with this this 9 of swords being here, there's a lot of worry around this, right? There's a lot of just anxiety around this. And a lot of fears around this. So this is coming in because it's like you can no longer avoid it. You can no longer put it off. This is also coming in because you are ready for it. Because, again, life experiences, what you've experienced, what you've been through recently and in the past has prepared you for this. And you're in a place where there's a complete transition and transformation happening, where you're leaving behind the old reality, you're leaving behind anything that doesn't serve you, and you're moving into a new beginning. And I think what's interesting here is there's a feeling of being stuck with all these 4 cards. And part of the reason this is arriving now is because you deserve to not feel stuck. Not feel stuck or be stuck or be in this energy of just worry and anxiety and what do I do next? This is coming in because it's time to explore a new reality. That's what this is saying. This is coming in because it's time to explore a new reality, and you're ready to take this leap of faith. You're ready to take this chance, and because you deserve happiness and you deserve more joy in your life. So what area of life will this impact my pile number 3s the most? What area of life will this impact my pile number 3s the most? So what area of your life, pile number 3, is this going to affect you the most? Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. Yeah, this is like your creative. This feels very creative for my pile number 3s. The 2 of Cups. The 5 of Swords. And the 8 of Pentacles. I think it's going to affect multiple areas. First and foremost, I think this is going to affect your relationship to yourself. I know the 2 of Cups is here, and the 2 of Cups is typically, like soulmate relationships or connections outside of ourselves. But I think most importantly, this is going to affect your connection, your relationship to yourself, how you feel about yourself, how you view yourself, how you give yourself the opportunity to explore what is meaningful to you, and also just what your understanding of what you deserve and what you can allow yourself to go after is. We also have this 5 of Swords here, so I do think that this is going to affect your mental health, your emotional health the most. And I do think this is you building up your confidence and your skill set. And I think for some of you, you're going to be putting something out into the world, and there may be a concern of like, how is this going to be received? Or maybe somebody here is like an actor, actress. Maybe this is you having your own blog or vlog, or maybe this is you having a podcast or a YouTube channel. And there could be nerves around like, how am I going to be received? And this is you building up a relationship with yourself and resilience so that you can give yourself permission to put yourself out there. But I think when it comes to where this is going to affect you the most, like what area, emotional health, mental health, and also finances, I do think there is some sort of return. And it could be that it's not financial. It could be that it's like satisfaction and fulfillment of what you are doing. But I think even if it's not in the short term, in the long term, there is an opportunity for whatever this is about to bring in more financial security in some way, shape, or form. Because this does feel like for most of you, it's something that you are sharing with the world. It's something that you are putting out there. And for some of you, it could be that you want to be an influencer, right? And that you have to kind of take that leap and put yourself out there and try the thing and be vulnerable and allow yourself to be seen. And I also think a big thing that is going to come as a result of this is my pile number 3s, you getting to know what your needs are and being able to honor yourself. Like maybe this is about me being an influencer of some sort, or like being on social media or sharing something. And maybe part of what I need to do for myself is either not look at comments or take a day where I can disconnect or not care about the follows or the likes or whatever it is, and still share my authentic self. All right, pile number 3, let's take a look at what are you releasing in order to make room for this blessing, this breakthrough. So what is being released in order to make room for this blessing breakthrough that is coming in? What are my pile number 3s releasing to make room for this? And this could be a shadow belief, a pattern, a situation, a circumstance. It could be anything. We're going to see what comes through. Bottom of the deck, the 4 of Swords. We also have the 10 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles. That was something. I am back. The Ace of Pentacles. Pile number 3, what you are releasing is fear. We have the 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is you loving yourself enough to take care of yourself and give yourself the opportunity, and also coming out of this place of just like inaction and moving towards action. We also have the 10 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. So I think what you are releasing is just a negative outlook on what's possible. So maybe it's, you know, it's not going to work. I'm going to fail at it. There's so many people and I'm not X, Y, and Z like X, Y, and Z. So it's you releasing this expectation and you putting yourself out there and you seeing the bigger picture and taking a chance on something. And also you understanding that you deserve success, that you deserve love, that you deserve all of the beautiful things that life has to offer. And that it's up to you to accept those opportunities and accept those things into your life. And I think another thing that you are releasing, pile number 3, is scarcity mindset. And again, a lot of fears here are being released, and low self-esteem is being released, right? Like, I'm just going to take the chance. I just have to put myself out there. I have to try it because I want to know, because I don't want to think about it anymore. I don't want to just think about it and stress about it. I'm just going to do it. And that low self-esteem that keeps you from doing the thing is what is being released. And it's giving yourself that permission to go after what you want and give it a try. And you're also prioritizing your desires, right? So letting go of anything that says, I can't do it, or I'm going to put it off for some more time, or I'm going to wait longer before I try this thing, or I have to be X, Y, and Z, right? That sense of like prolonging it just because I want to be at the perfect moment or at the perfect time. Perfection doesn't exist. We're perfectly imperfect, but like perfection, the perfect moment doesn't exist. The perfect moment is what you make of it. So pile number 3. What is shifting internally for you? For my pile number 3s, what is shifting internally? I just realized I moved all of these cards, didn't I? What is shifting internally for my pile number 3s? Bottom of the deck, the Two of Wands, that desire, right? That inner calling. Discomfort is what's shifting for you, right? You're becoming more uncomfortable. The Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Strength card, the Knight of Swords, that inner calling, that let's go, let's do it, let's go for it. Pile number 3, whether this is about I want the relationship, I want the opportunity, I want to try living my dream, I want to shoot my shot with whatever it is or whoever it is. What's shifting internally for you is you are so uncomfortable that the only way to create peace is by allowing yourself to experience change. That is powerful. Like, you are so uncomfortable within that as much as you may fear putting yourself out there or trying something or getting hurt or getting rejected, the discomfort is so much greater that you're at the point where you've built up the courage to say, I gotta face this, I gotta do this because I can't ignore this anymore. This is almost like if you had an internal alarm, your internal alarm would be blasting. It's almost like it starts, you know how like those fire alarms start when they need the battery and it's like boop. And it's like every minute there's a boop. But then like it's becoming boop, 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 boop for my pile number 3s. And also your intuition knows what the next step is. You know what you want to do. You know what would make you happy. And it's there. It's calling your name. That's what's shifting internally for you. It's that loud, like, hello, we're here, let's go. You know what you need to do. You know what needs to be done. And it's more uncomfortable to not do it at this point than it is to just get it done. And I think for many of you, pile number 3, you know that on the other side of you doing this, of you trying this, of you putting yourself out there, is happiness, fulfillment, joy, excitement, possibility. Keep yourself grounded as you move through this portion of your life, of your experience, I should say as well. So what is shifting externally? This could be environment, circumstances, whatever wants to come through as to what is shifting externally. Bottom of the deck, the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. Pile number 3, what's shifting externally for you is everything that was comfortable, everything that was maybe reliable and cozy and trustworthy, and the routines that kept you going and they kept you just happy and exciting. Well, I don't think that excitement would be the word or exciting would be the word, but anything that felt cozy and it felt reliable and it felt like it was just safety, a safety net, if you will. It's no longer feeling like that. It's now feeling uncomfortable. It's feeling restrictive. It's feeling overwhelming. So I think what is shifting externally is that the things that you thought were going to keep you safe. And here's the thing, pile number 3. I do think for most of you, there were things that like this type of routine, this type of doing thing, this sense of security, this safety blanket, it did keep you safe. It did make you feel comfortable and it did serve its purpose. But now those things are feeling restrictive and they are feeling way too uncomfortable. They're feeling way too predictable. They're feeling like you have to break through. And I think that you are recognizing that there are safety nets, safety blankets that you have set in place that now almost feel like a prison, that now you recognize that it is actually a limitation that you have placed on yourself versus the safety blanket, the safety net that you wanted it to be. And I think that your self-awareness, that your ability to see through what is happening for yourself and for others, but especially for yourself, it's almost like pile number 3. For you, this feels like you're in the Matrix. Oh my God, what is his name? I only saw the Matrix once, so please excuse me. Keanu, whatever his name is. I know his name is at the tip of my tongue. Somebody's probably typing it right now and rolling their eyes at me, but it's almost like Keanu Reeves when he's offered the pills in the Matrix, and it's like, do you want to stay here and play this simulation, or do you want to, what are you going to do? Because we can keep you here, we can keep you stuck in this world, or do you want to step out of it? What's shifting for you externally, pile number 3, is that you now see the reality, and you may be trying to stay in that reality. You may be trying to stay in that world that you have created for yourself, but it's so uncomfortable. And I think all of my pile number 3s are going to choose, let me step out of the comfort zone. Let me do the different thing. Let me do something else, and let me put myself out there. As scary as it is, I would rather do that than sit and pretend like I am okay and that everything is okay. So what unseen support is helping you at this time? And this could be spirit guides, universal force, universe in general, ancestors, spirit animals. For my pile number 3s, what unseen support is helping my pile number 3s? Bottom of the deck, the 7 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Judgment card. Your higher self said, hello, I'm here, I'm present. I do think for some of you, you also have like a ancestor that is helping you through this. But your higher self is coming through here and saying, I am the support. I am what's helping you. I am what's pushing you. I am what is not letting you relax in the present moment and what is calling for you to experience more, because you deserve more. Because I want more for you, and because you've invested time and energy into this. And pile number 3, something that your higher self wants you to know is that you have already done so much, and there's so much that is already a part of this. Like, you aren't starting from zero. Because look at the 7 of Pentacles here. What this person can see, what he can see is this little bit here, but what he can't see is all of the roots, right? What he can't see is how strong these roots are. And I think that's what's happening for my pile number 3s. It's you. You can only see a little bit. You can't see the entire picture just yet, but there's so much that's already on its way to you, and there's so much that is already happening behind the scenes that your higher self and your spirit team is creating. And I do think this is a group where you have a lot of angelic help. So whether it's you are drawn to specific archangels or like your guardian angels, I do think this is a group where there's a lot of angelic help here as well. Archangel Gabriel is standing out for this group, as well as Lakshmi. Goddess Lakshmi is standing out for this group as well. Take that as it resonates. Goodness me. Okay. So let's take a look at how will this blessing breakthrough affect your life going forward. So how is this going to change your life going forward? How will this blessing breakthrough affect your life going forward? Change your life going forward. Okay. Sorry, they were all trying to come out at the same time. King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. So this blessing breakthrough is like a catalyst for my pile number threes. This is going to create so much opportunity going forward. It's almost like a snowball effort here of like something happens and it just keeps rolling and rolling and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger as it rolls down. I also think that this blessing breakthrough is going to be the start of a brand new adventure, or for some of you, venture in your life that is going to stand the test of time, that is going to be around for a while. I also think that you're going to see a shift in the energy where things are going to be moving a lot faster. There's going to be a lot more opportunities showing up. And I also think it's going to create more of a balance and more of a connection, a direct connection between your 3D reality and your higher self, your 5D reality, where there's a deeper connection here to like what your higher purpose is, what your higher self, who your higher self is, and what you are experiencing and living it at this time. That's coming through as well. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it's a complete transformation from who you are before this and who you are after this. Also, I'm recording daytime. Usually I record nighttime and I just realized the sun is coming through. So we're gonna allow that because that doesn't usually happen. I usually record at night. All right, let's take a look at practical steps that you can take to stay aligned to this. So any practical actions, any practical steps that my pile number threes can take at this time to make sure that they remain aligned to this blessing. You know what? I'll take all four. Bottom of the deck, the Four of Swords. Give yourself rest as you need it. The Moon card, feel the feelings, right? The Three of Cups, don't be afraid to network, put yourself out there, work with others, get to know people. The Six of Pentacles, and the Death and Rebirth card. So pile number three, when it comes to practical steps, I think one thing that's coming through very clearly here is give yourself breaks as you need them. Especially because this feels like you will be stepping out of your comfort zone and you're going to be doing something that for some of you is going to be a little bit scary or a little bit overwhelming at times. So giving yourself grace and saying, you know what, today I just need to relax, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to do the thing. It just means that I need this evening to kind of just take a little bit of a break. So honoring where you are at, honoring what you need at that specific point in time. I also think that for this group, journaling or just talking things out, either with like a friend, a therapist, for those of you that have one, again, a journal, maybe, Chat GPT, who knows, letting it out, right? Airing it out, letting it out, sitting with the emotions as they come up. And we do have the Three of Cups here. So I do think for some of you, this could be about like having a trusted confidant or friend that you can talk to. And for those of you where this is about a creative project, a business, something along those lines, maybe, having someone that you trust, that you can talk with, that has been through the process, or a professional that can help you. If you're starting a business, like an accountant or somebody who can help you file paperwork, or maybe you have, somebody that has done influencing and like you can talk to them, but finding somebody that is trustworthy. And this could just be not even about what you are doing, but also just finding people that you can count on and like you can go talk to them about anything, or just, have a good time or take a break from what you are creating, what you are manifesting. With the Six of Pentacles, don't overdo it. Creating balance in your life is going to be super important. And the Death card and Rebirth card is here to talk about just allowing things to fall away if they no longer serve your highest good, and closing out certain chapters, certain cycles, but also, you know, certain beliefs. If it doesn't work for you, if it is no longer in alignment with you, replacing that with something that is. Yeah, balance, creating more balance, and moving forward, right? Doing something, continuing to move forward towards the goal, towards what you want to manifest. So let's take a look at the encouragement from the universe about this blessing or breakthrough. So what is this final message here? And then we're going to get to the oracle cards. What is this final encouragement when it comes to this blessing, this breakthrough? All right, so we have the Seven of Wands, Ace of Swords, the Emperor card, Ace of Wands, Four of Pentacles. So I think a big message here for you, pile number 3, is come up with a plan. Keep yourself grounded, keep yourself centered, especially if you are feeling overwhelmed. Maybe like go for a walk, ground yourself, do some visualizations to keep yourself centered in the present moment and grounded in the present moment. But I think for this group, one big thing that's coming through is come up with a plan. What is the plan? Where are you going to go from here? Where do you envision yourself? What is the first step? And you don't have to have, you know, A through Z, but at least start with A, B, C, right? What are my first 3 steps that are going to come up here that I want to focus on? Also, this is a time to really get clear on what the priorities are. So what do you want to prioritize? What do you want to take care of first? What requires your attention first? Where do you start? What is the second step? What do you want to do after that? So being very intentional and keeping yourself focused, but also keeping in mind, you know, follow your heart with this. Find that balance between, you know, the logic, the mind and the heart, especially as you move forward with whatever it is that you want to create, whatever it is that you want to make a reality for you. Yeah, and allow creativity, right? Allow yourself to be creative through this process. All right, pile number 3, let's take a look at what your guidance is. So we have voyage. You already have all of the answers. So pile number 3, trusting yourself and knowing that you've got everything you need to go on this adventure and to see this through. Then we have protest, start a revolution. So do something completely different. Do something completely different in your life and allow yourself to be different. And then we have castle. It's time for healing, not war. And I think moving through this time and through this next blessing and breakthrough with patience for yourself, because I do think for my pile number 3s, you're facing a big fear and you are creating major change in your life. Let's take a look at these 3 words, affirmations that you can use over the next however long you want to work on this for. Miracles, my life is a miracle. And that's the thing. For this group, there is an aspect of this of like a miracle, right? Of divine timing. It's going to come in. It's going to work out. And it's not necessarily being revealed exactly what the next, like step by step, how it's going to work out. But trusting yourself to make the next move and to trust yourself to take the next move and to take the next step. Then we have freedom. Boundless freedom surges through me. And then we have grace. I graciously accept the infinite love of the universe. And offering yourself grace through this process. Pile number 3, let's take a look at these 2 blessings. Let's see what we have here. A blessing for good work. There's recognition here, and I do think for most of you, this has to do with something that is in alignment with your heart. It could be a relationship for some of you, but I do think this is something that is in alignment with your heart and a blessing on your day. So this feels like your day-to-day life is receiving a boost. Let's take a look at this card. Initiation by Air. And I will be reading from the book, and this is the Lightworker Oracle. And this is card number 24. Let me open to it. Hold on. Pile number 3. All right, so it says, spiritual freedom is your innate divine birthright. Even so, to experience it requires moving through a process of deconstruction and undoing of conditioning, releasing your awareness back to the truth of your original nature. The path to spiritual freedom will have you seeking the deepest and truest ground of your being as the guiding instinct for the expression of your free will, and assuming complete responsibility for your life journey and soul's expression. The initiation by Air leads the prepared human into spiritual freedom, so complete that only service to a higher love inspires and moves the soul. Personal attachments become secondary to the soul's purpose. The soul becomes so radiantly clear with spiritual presence that it shines as a bright and strong sacred tonic, manifesting love in our world simply through its presence. The truly free spiritual soul is willing to leave behind all blame and cultivate compassion, flying swiftly on a path to powerful mystical oneness with the heart of the universe. Whew, that is powerful. Pile number 3. I welcome in miracles. That is your affirmation, because I think for you, that's what this is about, because everything else is falling into place. It's about welcoming in that miracle and also believing that you are part of that miracle, right? That you are here to bring something, to share something with this world. And it is time. It is time, pile number 3. But pile number 3, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the video if you think it's worth sharing. All of those things help me out so much, and I appreciate you so much for being here. Also, the poll for next week's reading is already up. Make sure you go and take a vote. It is in the community section of the page. If you have any suggestions for future videos, obviously drop it in the comments below. I make a note of all of them, and I will get to all of them at some point. But thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.